What's up?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, people.
We made it.
Happy New Year.
Y'all looking good. Looking good, people.
Yes.
Look what I have.
What's that? What does that say?
Lime.
Oh,
Ooh.
wow.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's going into the new year very festive.
That's right.
I thought that was a Popeyes cup for a second there.
I did too.
I was like, okay, for the
You
chicken
know what? I
sandwich.
thought it was too. I thought it was too.
What are you doing, April? Popeyes?
No, lime.
Lime, a restaurant, they have the absolute best frozen margaritas.
Best.
Best. In Miami, they have the best frozen margaritas. Because if you're in Atlanta, then you would want to go to Nuevo Laredo. But in Miami,
Lime is
yeah.
where it's
Yeah.
I wouldn't know nothing about no margaritas. I only drink hard liquor.
So good.
That's
Well,
good. Well, Popeyes has the best strawberry soda, is what I heard. So.
what you say, Dwight?
Said Popeyes has the best strawberry soda.
Oh, they do.
In Richmond Heights for that.
They do.
Miranda.
And then what?
Miranda. Oh yeah.
What, McDonald's got the best orange soda?
Yeah.
Orange, exactly.
Not the
High C.
not the
Shout out to
color.
2021 bringing High C Orange back. That's what I'm
Right.
saying.
That part. That part.
Well, since
Thanks
you
for
can't
joining
get
us, guys. It's my 2 cents tonight. It's all about counting down 2021, the best of, and all of the things that make us quiver, talk. Who has all that? What is that going on in the background? Bramlin, that's you?
No, ma'am.
It's Black New Year.
Why you want to put that on me? I feel like that's discriminatory because I'm the youngest person in this group. So I appreciate that.
It's all the noise behind Black New Year's.
Yeah, it's Black New
everything,
Year's.
Miles. You know that.
My
You said it's Black New Year's with the noise.
Oh, Captain, my captain, could you please turn down your background noise?
Yeah.
Oh, is it Captain?
Yeah, that's
Gotta
what she
be.
said.
Oh, Captain.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you,
It was Captain. Captain. We had to mute Captain. So let's go ahead and toast to just continuing to celebrate life in 2021. It was good. I mean, we did the best that we could, right? With it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're
Cheers.
still here.
We still doing it. We still doing the best we
Still
can.
doing
Shoot.
That's it.
I'm gonna tell you.
Hey Miles, I blacked out that label just because it's problematic. I switched to Modelo.
Listen, you didn't never call me back about the test.
Well, let me tell you, they are Hey, Bonita. Hey, Bonita. So good to see you. Bonita and I used to do a lot of dancing in college. That's what I'm gonna say. We used to do dancing in college. Every talent show.
Bonita?
Yes, we were the Fly Girls.
The real question is, Ms. Markins, does your daddy know about this and did you get your ass whooped? That's what we want to know.
Miles.
Stupid.
Miles.
If anybody knows me, it's my daddy.
Idiot.
That's the first part. And the second part is he probably didn't know.
Because you would have gotten your ass whooped.
No. It was I was in North Carolina dancing, not at Splashdown. So I mean there's a complete difference.
Let's take it another. You were on stage. You were on stage dancing.
Yeah.
Stage at school.
Hey, auntie.
In college.
Coming to the stage.
I was about to say, was it coming to the stage or was it on stage?
Coming to the stage.
Were there other people already on the stage and then you came?
It was not coming to the stage.
No, and if you are a true My 2 Cents watcher, then you know I already told that story about trying to get to the stage and my mother telling me, girl, ain't nobody giving nobody with no mosquito bites tips. I mean, I'm just saying.
Oh,
so that just stopped everything.
Miss Garrett didn't take
that
it.
whole episode.
Miss Garrett was like, "Girl, are you kidding me?"
Oh my gosh, she's ridiculous.
Miss
You
Garrett
could have went and danced at the Met. Never mind.
Our places.
Never mind.
I remember Bonita.
But if you're trying to do that for money, that's what you're not gonna get. Not wearing no size 8. Let me just
Take
tell
what
you.
your mama gave you.
Let
No,
me
you-
just tell you.
Now you go to the Met. I mean the Met.
I was in North Carolina.
I love
Oh,
mosquito bites. I
There are
love
places.
mosquito bites.
So
stretch
shut
marks and bullet wounds are welcome.
up.
That's so
Jay,
nasty.
I remember
Damon.
Bonita.
You remember that?
I looked
Exactly.
it
You
up.
remember Benita.
I
But
looked
see,
it up.
saying.
my
I know the
mother did not understand the power. That's another show. That is another show.
We'll explore that in
Let's leave that
2022.
one alone.
2022.
Yeah, we're gonna stop right there. We're gonna stop right there.
Exactly.
Oh, let's take Captain off mute. Captain
Thank you for
off
joining
mute
us,
yourself.
Calvin turned all of the stuff down in the background.
Welcome, Captain.
Good evening, everyone. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
We are
Unbelievable.
doing absolutely wonderful. Thank you for
Good,
joining
good,
us.
good.
Look, T,
Thank you
Belinda
for
got you in the
joining
basement. What's going on?
Nah, I'm just, in a different part. That's all.
He say his normal spot. Look at the Ouija board in the back.
You and Jessica are not in the same room right now.
Look, it says the
Yeah,
culture
yeah,
back
I'm
there.
just saying.
I like
I'm
that.
just saying.
Puts the lotion on his skin.
Oh, because that is a story that we'll talk about over family dinner.
Roy, he's in a different wing of the mansion. That's where he is.
Oh, that's right. My
Right,
bad. He
right.
does live in the castle. My bad.
Yeah.
Everybody that live in the castle.
Right, he's in
So
a
if
different
you
wing.
guys did not get
Sorry,
to join
Captain.
us last week, let me just fill you in. There was a lot of things going on with Tito's. I'm not really sure how Tito got involved in it, but some things were not remembered.
Tito.
It dealt with your right hand going up to your mouth, and then
Tito's
back
was
down.
involved very early in whatever the situation was.
And the guys won. The guys won our annual contest. They did beat the women.
Hear that, Belinda?
Yeah.
They
They
beat
won.
the women.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm very proud of you, Dana.
Just
You're
making
an
sure.
achiever.
Just
You're
making
an
sure.
overcomer.
Just making sure you heard that.
You're amazing, Dana.
Because your
However-
prophetic analysis before the show
Dana, you're the best of the best.
was inaccurate.
That is hilarious.
The best of the best, Dana.
So-
Look at you.
That's why Miss Cleo locked up. Anyway,
Now with Christmas behind us, and we're moving forward to 2022.
Mhm.
Let's take an opportunity to look at all of the ratchetness that happened in 2021.
I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get it, no call it quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way, cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all of this. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. My heart on my sleeve, stress, shield my greed. That's how I get it. Success ain't no given. Some days I don't hit, I don't slay. When I'm focused, I'm dangerous. Down, wonder when I'm anxious. Ain't no limit till I tank. I'm running on fumes. The opposition don't amaze. The roads racing through the pavement. Get your hands out of my bag. I know that's because I've been in it. I don't need to brag. I guess that's what happens when you taking care of your business. But some family, you do the math. From out of my pocket, Houston, we got a problem, man. Perfect, let them watch me elevating. Got them nauseous, cause I'm the pilot in the cockpit. Nose diving in the housing. Woo! Watch out, get ahead. Watch out, get ahead. Watch out, get ahead. Woo! Watch out, set it up. Bet you I shut it down. Watch out, get a win. I don't think they really wanna come against the winner. Got a finger run up in on a grenade. I ain't never been there where you think you compare. I'm aligned with the winner about the cage. I need all the wins. Yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get it, no call it bitch. Yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets. Yeah. Better move out the way, cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all of this. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, dog status. Big dog status, I'm a big dog vet. I pull up on the block in a big Corvette. Yeah. Ride around the city with a stick all black. Try with a stoker, we ain't with all that. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Paid $1 million and I can't go back. Got a lot of jewelry on me, man, can't hold that. So you ask me better, tell him that I ain't so crack. Know your money long when your people can't afford that. I'm ballin', yeah. My mama told me that did my calling. I keep that stick, I don't do no brawling. Open out the doors and let them all in here. Yeah, they all in here. Big dog, they come out the pound, so we big dog. Heavy patty, don't me break my wrist off. I'm young out of rocket, about to live dog. 3, 2, 1, I got big dog status, I'm a big dog vet. I pull up on the block in a big Corvette. Yeah, ride around the city with a stick all black. Try with a stoker, we ain't with all that. Yeah, big dog status, I'm a big dog vet. I pull up on the block in a big Corvette. Yeah, ride around the city with a stick all black. Try with a stoker, we ain't with all that. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Fall in line. Yeah, he got sticks like it's Columbine.
Wow. What a year.
Oh, that year.
It was a lot.
It was a lot. It was a lot. I can't believe it. It feels like just yesterday when we were doing this about 2020. Where did the time go? Miles.
Yes, ma'am.
When I think of 2020 and then I think of 2021.
You know what it is, Miles?
I think about entanglement, and I just,
You know what it is.
and just hit us off with, you know, what was the big story for you in 2021?
The big story for me in 2021 was to vaccinate or not to vaccinate, and how it became such a political narrative, and what the politicalness of it, like they snatched the narrative, they distorted the narrative, where it became about your political affiliation instead of, you know, just basically a personal choice in the midst of a pandemic and a public health crisis. I think I told this story before. The thing that resonated with me because of that is because I had a friend who almost lost his life to COVID, and he WhatsApp called me, video called me from the ICU to basically tell me to get vaccinated. And because of that, I kind of shifted on the pendulum and decided to go and get the shot. So that to me, that's the story that I remember the most about 2021. To be vaccinated or to not be vaccinated, that is the question.
Anybody felt like entanglement was the biggest thing? If so, then please just go ahead and have the platform.
No, we're gonna give it back to Miles because that's my baby.
Moving right along.
Along with vaccination.
It started off being you know the fun like word of the show every week, because you know somehow some way Will and Jada managed to stay relevant for 6 months based off entanglement, but eventually, like I told you, I just think it became tiresome because I thought to me it morphed into more of a monetary ploy than it was an innocent.
Oh, right.
It was 52 weeks in a year. I swear we talked about them.
110.
Yeah.
I just want the headline to be
Miles
noted.
go. TT, that's Miles. He will let it
Miles
go.
gets tired of entanglements.
Yeah.
Let that be the headline.
Right.
That's a headline in itself.
That's it. Riles battle tires of entanglements.
Right.
Well, you can never get tired of the entanglements, Dwight, but
Yeah.
you get
Then
tired
he
of
changes
talking
his
about
mind.
You get tired of talking about him.
Miles, every time I see Will Smith now, I think about you. That's scary.
Right. Exactly.
That's an entanglement right there.
Love it. I love it. Anything ratchet for 2021, Miles?
You know, I'm gonna go to the Hood Olympics for that with those damn crates. Them
Crates.
them
You
crates.
took one out of mine.
Crates.
I'm gonna go to the Hood Olympics and see like every disenfranchised community in America, from Alaska to New Mexico to Texas to Florida to New York, everywhere had a Hood Olympics with those damn crates, and you saw people breaking their necks, breaking their spines, breaking their arms.
Oh my God!
I mean, it was hilarious, and it was also the thing that made me say, "Damn, my people." My people.
I felt so good when others joined in. I felt real good.
We were the only ones.
Right. You took my ratchet story, Miles. That was good.
I'm sorry, Ms. Markins. I didn't mean to.
No, that just shows you. I mean, it was up there because
I don't think there was too many more ratchet things going on like that.
Then
it's some more ratchet stuff.
Oh, there's plenty of ratchet stuff going on.
There's plenty of ratchet
What were they?
Go ahead, Latif. Captain.
What else ratchet?
What about the fact that you introduced the term adjacent?
Oh, hood adjacent
to the My 2 Cents family.
You talking about Miles?
You.
No, the fact that
I did
adjacent.
I said that.
Yeah, you're the adjacent person.
You are adjacent. It's you.
So I mean, as far as the us living adjacent to the urban communities,
I really missed that.
we still were entrenched and ingratiated ourselves within the urban community and stuff like that.
What you said? You still had to go to Miles' house? That's what you said, Latif? You still had to go
I mean,
you had to go see your family members, Latif?
I still got to go see my brother over in
adjacent.
Yeah, he's kind of in, but he's a little bit one street over.
One street up.
This West Cutler Bay. Stop that, man. You're right. West Cutler Bay, man. West Cutler Bay, man.
My bad.
They don't want to give me credit for this, Dwight. It's West Cutler Bay.
But I will say the thing that I remember about 2021 was National White Privilege Day, and that will be ingrained in my head forever.
The 6th?
You talking about January the 6th?
January 6th, National White Privilege Day, because they claimed that they were infringed their rights.
I can interrupt anybody. It's Captain, one moment, because we are 20 minutes into the show, and if I don't say this right now, we might not say it. Happy birthday, Basil!
Happy birthday, Basil! Cake. Where the candles? Where the
our producer extraordinaire behind the scenes, making it happen? We appreciate you. Happy birthday.
Wow. But it's kind of real. Basil is the original Amon. When I say this dude collected pins, was a cyclist, skateboarder, produces, writes, directs, like he's the original Amon. He probably got 20 jobs right now.
Wow. Hey, he was the favorite guy when we was in high school on Fridays and bring in the video and the projector. Like, we ain't doing no work today.
when that TV and that VCR got rolled in there.
What?
Oh yeah, that was it.
What?
Yes. Happy birthday, Basil. Okay, I'm sorry, Black New Year. Please,
No,
go ahead.
you're good.
Please go ahead and continue.
No, but that was it. You know, it was just the clear cut disparity of how the justice system does in the straight divisiveness of our legal system to allow people to go in and run amok and then go home and then go back and look at the video to try and persecute. Whereas had it been reversed, no one would have gotten home. Everybody would have been going home in a body bag.
I was going to say the building would have been blown up.
Right. Everything would have been totally reversed. Nobody would have went home. Everybody who were relatives of them would have to fly in to identify the bodies to find out who they were and stuff like that. So
everything would have been justified.
Everything would have been justified. Everything would have been
different kind of Black Friday.
Everything would have been, it's just a total disparity between the two, and it's funny, but it's a sad funny that is like that.
And you got the people that, well, Blue Lives Matter. Our officer got killed, and they were like,
yeah, right,
right, and officers were there in the National White Privilege Day rally, and doing the atrocities to their own quote unquote blue brothers.
Well, no, not just officers. You had military, you had officers, you had elected officials who were in that crowd. It was, to your point, Teef, it was absolutely the epitome of white privilege, amplified 1,000 times over. And the idea that, like, it's such a, people don't want to talk about it. You had a complete cover up. You got half of Congress conspired to make it happen, and now they're denying that it ever happened.
Right.
It's crazy.
But the funny part is this is always true to the testament of the other hue. When that hammer come down on their back, now they be copping deuces. At least we own up to ours and we take it because we know we did it and we know we gonna do it. But when that hammer come down on them, oh no, I was just there supporting, and now all of a sudden you're supporting. Now all of a sudden you're sorry for it. Now all of a sudden there's sympathy or what have you, or there's empathy. But in the moment, you ain't see none of that. But now all of a sudden the hammer come down. Now all of a sudden you can't handle it now.
But one of the saddest part about the way it plays out is that it's disappointing, but it's not surprising.
That's
the worst part.
Right.
Well, you're right, Dana. I said this previously. I think what's happening is racism is blatantly in front of us right now. It's so blatant to where I think things continue to happen to where we become numb in the world, or whatever, who the powers that be want us to be numb to it, so it can continuously happen and go, oh yeah, well, we knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
And it's not acceptable.
No, it's not. It's not. And I needed to be more of a accountability factor than anything else from this point forward. If you're going to hold me to a standard, then I need you to be held to that same exact standard that you're trying to hold me to.
Right.
Right.
And that goes for across the board.
But,
everybody.
Like, I appreciate the notion of accountability. I hear what you're saying, but you're talking about the same group of people who erected monuments to the losing side of a civil war.
Losing side,
right? You know what I'm saying?
Like these are losers,
and not one or two.
It's funny, Dwight. I was gonna wear my shirt tonight, but I didn't. I was gonna wear my shirt tonight, but I didn't.
What shirt?
The loser shirt.
Would
you like for me to get it?
There was a person. No, you can tell me who this is. It was a lady talking about. I don't know if she's running for a position or something. She was saying for the red states to come away from the United States and build their own.
That sounds like some Marjorie Taylor Greene stuff. Who's a member of Congress?
Bye.
I don't know if that's
go.
Who it was.
Bye.
Is ASS allowed on the show without us getting banned? Because it was in the Bible.
It was.
That is funny.
And according to Black Tony, you know, tomorrow will never be today because tomorrow's in the Bible.
They can carry ASS on. I didn't say the word, so they can't really.
Okay. We're in a place at this point, and I'm just going to try to lift us up just for a moment.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Honey, do you have another point that you would like to discuss for 2021 that may not be in such a sunken place?
I mean, what captured my? I'm gonna just say this: that Kwame Brown and all the smoke.
Oh, Kwame Brown. I thought you said Bobby Brown.
Okay, what happened to Bobby Brown?
I was like, first of all, when he said Bobby Brown and all the smoke, I was tell us more about the 90s,
Bobby dude. What did Bobby do? I was just talking about Bobby earlier.
There was a lot of smoke. Him and Whitney did bring a lot of smoke through the night.
Bobby snort. I didn't know.
Brown. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Kwame Brown.
Kwame smoke, and what he had to say was a game changer, I think, for a lot of people. It caused a lot of debate between Miles and I, first of all, what's not a bust in the NBA or just professional sports anyways. You know, when you think about it, if anybody makes it to the professional level, I don't consider them a bust because it's work, right? It's work that everybody, you have to achieve to do something right to get to that level. But I think the other thing too is that there was a meaning inside of that meaning. What you saw was a lot of black men saying what they wanted to say too and taking back, whether it's household relationships, fatherhood, as well. And Kwame had a whole lot to say and want to smoke with everybody. Yeah. So that right there just.
If Kwame plays his cards right, he'll get one of these 10-day contracts that they're giving out. Because it seems like everybody is getting a second chance in the NBA. Thanks to COVID-19.
Everybody can be a substitute team.
Wow. Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
The Heat just signed Mario Chalmers from overseas.
Again.
He just signed 6 dudes to a 10-day contract because their whole team
is on
conversation.
I mean,
do you all recognize the shift of wealth in COVID? Do you identify with the fact that wealth is being spread throughout COVID in a way that it had never been before?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Shout out to the PPP loans.
They're going to jail.
And the people that use them correctly.
NBA and NFL are signing dudes because they want to continue to make money.
Right.
Well, because their team has been diagnosed or received a positive COVID result. But guess what? It's not enough to stop the game because that would stop their income.
Right. Yeah.
Amen. Shout out to my company. Shout out to my company for allowing us to get time and a half.
But on the flip side of that,
your point is transferring wealth too, though. To your point.
Absolutely. That is my point. That's my point, Roy.
But on the flip side of that, Jessica, for the educators in Detroit and Michigan who cannot hire enough teachers, you just have to have a high school diploma. You could be a bus driver. You could be a security guard. You could be anything now and become a substitute teacher.
Right. Look at your sister.
It's not a balance on both ends of the spectrum.
Yeah. You're also seeing wages increase too, right? You're seeing wages increase across the board. So
hey, Avis.
Happy New Year, Avis.
Yeah.
They're forced to pay people money.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what you see.
Yeah.
I drove by the rallies. Wait a minute, what do they call it here? It's not called rallies here.
Checkers.
What do they call it?
Checkers.
And it said, work today, get paid tomorrow. They basically mean you can get a check every day.
You can be a day laborer, absolutely.
How about that?
Look, I got.
I mean, that's a shift. That's a huge shift.
It's
and I think that shift is important because I think for too long, large employers have been getting away with treating people like crap.
Yes, they have.
Yes.
For a very long time, people have been getting away with that.
I'm not talking about minimum wage tonight. That was a hot topic 2 nights ago. We're not doing it again tonight, okay?
You know we love to talk about money.
No, I'm not either.
Today's price is not tomorrow's.
I'm just saying that for the longest.
What about the price of gas? Let's talk about that.
If you just think about the dynamics of the job market, there was always an infinite amount of people to a finite amount of jobs. And now the pendulum has shifted to where these people or these jobs are starting, and these corporations and these companies are starting to realize, wait, we need those people, or else we don't have a company.
Right.
And these are the same people that will tell you, oh no, you can't take off for your child's birthday. Oh no, you can't take a mental health day because you're not feeling well.
You can't
work from home. Your mama's sick.
Right.
So what your daddy's sick. Like, that's the attitude that because I'll find somebody to replace you tomorrow. Well, now you're finding out that it's not so easy to replace these people.
Right.
Come to me.
Or it is easy to replace, but you're gonna have to pay.
Come to me.
You're gonna have to pay. But here's the thing too. The other thing that we're not really talking about is you got more companies now that want color to walk through those doors. It'll be the same companies that did not want you in the first place.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, want is a strong word, Roy. They kind of got forced. Their hand got forced.
Yeah. Whether it's forced or
and
not,
I'm okay with that. But I'm okay with that.
I work with companies where it's a major company, and they were really. I sit there with these hiring managers, and they're like, "Oh," they look at your resume and go, "Oh no, I'm not hiring this Tanisha." But you're gonna hire someone who's unqualified, and you're gonna groom them and train them and put them in their job because they look like you.
That kid got a 5th grade education.
So that's
can't
the other
speak
part.
English.
Now, it's forcing a lot of these owners' hands now.
We can work with her.
Yeah, because now you need them. You need everybody.
That's it.
That's a whole nother
show.
Yeah, and Roy, honestly, I think that is a completely separate platform from an HR standpoint that you have to embrace, because people just think that they might get hired just based off of the fact that they understand a job and they're able to do it. And unfortunately, it's not just being qualified for it.
Absolutely.
It isn't. It just isn't.
Well, to piggyback on that though, Jessica, mediocrity's always been embraced by people of a lighter hue.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people have always been able to fail up in this country if you had the complexion for the protection. What Roy's talking about, I think, is even more profound, is that now, due to the fact that people are finally stepping on folks' necks and saying, hey, listen, we're sick and tired of being sick and tired. These companies that have gone about allowing pervasive mediocrity to happen over and over and over again are now having to take a hard look at Black people who have been shunned by those same jobs in the past because of the white guilt, because of racism, because of all the things, because of what happened in the summer of 2020. And I'm here for it. I just don't want us to lose that energy or try to create this notion that this altruism, or all of a sudden these corporations are just like, oh my goodness, I love you all, and I want to see you all prosper. Nah,
you ain't never want to see me prosper.
It is the perfect. Right now is the perfect storm, and I'm hoping that Black and brown folks get out there and get everything that they were denied for all these previous decades.
Back to your point, that's the wealthy are starting to give money to people to the unjust.
You mean like to HBCUs and things like that? Yeah,
them too. The right thing.
To your point.
Continue on on what you're talking about, because it may lead to some of the things that you felt were just the biggest stories of 2021, those ratchet things of 2021. What did you think were the biggest things for you?
Well, I don't want us to leave here tonight
Absolutely, Earl.
without remembering DMX. Everybody should respond appropriately, and that's the way to respond.
Steve, you a little silent over there. Everything all right? Good? Yeah.
Keep going role playing bark, Latif. You know you're supposed to be barking right now.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Belinda. I just felt like that was something between you and Latif.
Well, it's between me and the world. We all agree.
X gonna give it to you.
Should be remembered on every single episode of My 2 Cents.
Got it.
Okay.
We'll talk to Basil to get him integrated into the opening.
Thank you. That has been my dream for 2021. It's coming to fruition in 2022.
Well, my daughter's ringtone is "Lord, give me a sign." So I mean, I know that. Make sure.
Thank you. All right.
Latif, did you have something to say, Latif?
No. He did not. I was looking for Senator to go on ahead and add something a little light to the conversation.
Yeah,
I wanted to hear a little something about some ratchet thing from 2021.
So 2021 was a mixed bag when it came to black beauty products. And so when we think about this, just want to again give a strong sentimental shout out to the Gorilla Glue sister. You know what I'm saying? I want to shout out the black doctor that saved her life.
Yes.
But B, hope that she's doing all right.
Yes.
But also on that same note, Jessica, there is something I really need to be left in 2021, and that is the woodland creatures that women have called eyelashes.
Wow.
All the caterpillars, the butterflies.
Wow. I think
the squirrels.
You want to control our lashes. You want to control our birth control. You want to
live on their eyelids for the last year.
No, we're not worried about your eyelashes. We're worried about the other eyelashes.
Wow. And you do know that men also wear eyelashes.
I just need all that. Today's day 365. What I'm saying is on day one tomorrow.
Yes.
Just throw all of them in the trash. I mean, I know you've invested, sisters.
I need it.
I know it's a hustle, but the same way that flat tummy tea went away a couple years back is the way those eyelashes need to go.
We can't get abortions. We can't get
birth
control. Wow.
I need those.
If you were the man and he asked about your eyelashes, it's a problem.
Let me tell you, I love lashes. I mean, even from when I was 10 years old at Richmond Elementary School for career day, I dressed up as Diana Ross and I had some lashes.
And I'm fine with lashes. What I'm saying is they don't have to be caterpillars. They don't have to be centipedes.
Yeah.
No,
what I'm saying is if you look in the mirror and you look like Snuffleupagus,
so women don't get to choose.
I need you to go ahead.
Don't get a right to choose
and let those go, sis.
He's just saying choose wisely.
Women don't get a right. They don't have a right.
Just saying choose wisely.
Just what I'm saying is when you look in the mirror, the back of the voice in the back of your head that says "go longer." Don't listen to that voice.
Okay. What I would add to that is if the women cannot go longer, then the men cannot go darker. If the spray paint on the top of your head
or the beard
symbolizes,
we agree with you on that.
I am 40 when I am 60.
Right.
Then
my platinum beard
the beard too, Jessica. The beard too.
Yeah, and the beard, because you're not fooling anybody. You're not fooling anybody. You're not
that gel all day.
You're not fooling anybody with that.
No.
The Beijing, no, you're not.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna agree with you, Marcus. I'm gonna agree with you because I refuse to try to hold on to something that's already turned a different color on my body.
That's
So
what I'm saying. If we can't do it,
we're talking about you, Jalen Rose. We're talking about you.
Wait a minute, but
no, we're talking about Fat Joe with that painted beard.
But it's like the list of you all. What? Okay, let's take away all the negative. Let's take away all the fake stuff. Let's take away all the fake stuff. Let's take away all of it. Let's take away all of it. Just take away all of it.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's keep it 100.
Let's take away all of it.
That's what I'm saying.
No more Beijing. No more weave, no more eyelashes, no more.
Now wait a minute.
No more fake camel toe. Let's take away all of it.
Wait. We cannot take away the weave. We can take away the baby hair that comes down to the eyebrow.
Or the tattooed baby hair. We need to get rid of temporary.
We can take that away, but we can't take away the weave.
Okay.
What about the front lace?
So what can we keep? What do we keep?
Y'all keep giving us money so we can buy these things.
Wow.
Jessica, what do we keep?
Wow.
Let's go one.
That's how you
let's
feel?
go 1-1. Let's go 1 for 1.
You can keep the fake underwear, the ones that show that you have a crotch and it's not really there.
Wow.
That's terrible.
But y'all got
never knew about that one. Never knew about that one. Okay.
You saw the fake underwear with the crotch, and that's all I want to know.
Earl is against baby hair too.
That must be from your Caucasoidial show, because we don't really.
That is an entanglement that we've never seen.
Oh no, I've seen that.
Oh. I ain't never seen that.
I've seen that.
Latif, you know your brother nasty. I don't know why. Chandelier battle. Come on.
Belinda.
Hey, that's my dog. 115 Wednesday.
Story for you for 2021.
It's not a ratchet story.
Okay.
The big story for me was that mental health care was made accessible to many, many people because of the virtual healthcare world that's now in existence.
That was
huge. And that's huge for me. It's really important. That's not my line.
No, it's
not taking any clients during this time.
It's over here. It's my mommy.
But that is huge for me, and I hope everybody has the opportunity to see a therapist in the virtual world in 2022, and make sure that you get a chance to take care of yourself in that process.
What did you think about Osaka saying, that her mental health was worth more than her career?
I applaud her every day that she has a platform and she was able to share that on her platform and able to let other celebrities follow, but also to let everyday people like myself understand how important that is and make it work.
Mm-hmm. That was huge. I mean, we continue to hear in the news, which I was appreciative that they were actually covering the fact that mentally, if you're not okay, it's okay.
It is.
It's okay. Yeah.
We hear like people like Busta Rhymes talk about it. To hear people like LeBron James talk about it. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And for us to be able to be in a place where we could actually be still and listen, that's all part of COVID.
Right.
Any other day, we would be too busy to sit down and really listen to that conversation and to have that dialogue. But this is the day and this is the time, and we're going to continue to make sure to remove that stigma and allow people to get the support that they need.
Correct.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think that
even when LeBron told the referee that the couple needed to get out of the arena.
Yes.
Yeah, you're not going to spew hatred, and I'm going to have to deal with it.
Absolutely.
That's not what you're going to do.
Yes. While I'm on my job doing my thing.
While I am working.
What? Yes.
I don't come on your job
paid to come
you how to
see
cook
me.
your fries.
Right.
But the interesting part that we talk about this whole thing is that it takes a LeBron or Osaka for folks to really take us serious, because the reality is that the world does not look at professional athletes as jobs, their jobs or their occupation. They look at them as entertainment.
Entertainment.
Entertainment. And I remember a couple of years back where there was a guy who was in the NBA, and he had some mental stuff going on, and he could not get on a plane. It cost him his whole career.
You're talking about Royce White. You're talking about Royce
It cost him his whole career. And for that to come forward now, mental health is in the forefront of our conversation, especially amongst people of color, especially Black folk, right?
Yeah, and Roy, I think that what it boils down to, as Belinda touched on it earlier, it's the stigma of it. There was always a stigma, a negative connotation associated with that, and then the simple fact that we as people of color tend to not want to elucidate on our problems in a public forum. We don't want to do that.
I don't know if that's ever been done.
No, you're right though.
We don't because we've been raised in families where your mama tell you quick what goes on in this house stays in this house.
Because it does.
Yeah, right. But we don't understand the emotional and mental trauma that being quiet has caused our community in that same capacity.
But is it being quiet? But is it being quiet? It is. Just because you can't talk about it to your friends doesn't mean you can't talk about it.
But see, we never.
I think it was all one and the same, though, Jess. I don't think people sought treatment in a healthy manner, and that's why a lot of times when it did erupt, it erupted negatively, and it was
they construed that to say that you can't talk with someone who is credentialed to have the discussion.
So what ended up happening is when you're talking about your household, you're talking about your personal business, putting it out in the street versus trying to seek professional help for stuff that is going on.
I think that's two different things, though.
It is two different things. It is two different things.
I would concur with that, T, but I do think that there's value
something
in
about gossip. There's gossip, and then there's the actual. There's the actual conversation of, dude, I got some crap going on in my crib that I really need to get off my chest because I got this high blood pressure, I'm borderline diabetes, and if I don't get it off my chest, this is going to erupt.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because my mental state is not stable right now, and I need to talk to somebody about this.
Yeah.
And I think that's the difference. That's the difference. But what happened was in previous generations, they encompass all that as one. And so when they encompass all that as one, they're like, look here, you don't put your business out on the street. You don't talk to nobody about whatever and all this and that. You keep that to yourself and you handle it. Yeah, and most times, hey, and Juby handled it. He took care of it on his own. Granddaddy David handled it, and that was it. And they did the best they could with it.
No, and they did it. And what
what ended up happening though, it became a self-medication. So
here's the thing that I think we're all not talking about though, Lateef, is generations past. I think we're all on this show are educated enough now that we're having these conversations about it, right? But what was the root of it back then? It could have been financially. It could have been where you lived. It could have been
all of that.
It was everything.
Yeah.
The root of it was to protect. Yeah. The root of it is safety, security, protection. Because if you understand, we were brought here from a completely different continent. So the idea is don't share too much of yourself with people outside of us. Those people are not safe. And so we kind of continue that. But now we're at a place where we can actually start to break that. That's why that show, and I can't think of the name of the show, but his name is Noriega. He was a rapper or something.
Drink Champs?
Yes. That's why that show is so popular. Because you have a group of men, it's men of color, that can come together, find a space, a safe space, and you talk about things in general, but then you go a little bit deeper. And you could do it with a cigar, and you could do it with a glass of whiskey, and you could actually have those conversations. and then feel supported in a safe space. The idea is we have to create safe spaces for people to talk.
And
I concur with that 100%. And to somewhat piggyback off of what Roy was talking about, and what my brother was talking about, not only it being one and the same where you're seeking professional help and then you just have the safe place. Well, I mean, that's exactly what you do on your patio. You create that safe space. So whether I go, but there was a time where all of that was taboo. Well, I wasn't going to seek professional help for my issues or for whatever trauma that I have caused, from whatever trauma I have endured in my life. And then there was a time I wasn't going to really share it with my brothers either, because I know personally I've always looked at it from the standpoint of, man, Roy got a wife and 2 kids. He ain't got time to hear what I got to say. And T got a wife and 3 kids. He ain't got time for what I got to say. And Dana's, he slamming inmates on their head every day.
Wow.
He ain't got time for what I got to say.
He needs to be in therapy.
I'm gonna keep it to myself. So those safe spaces, I think the safe spaces and the professional help, I think they're one and the same. You just need a healthy outlet wherever you may find it.
I mean, but even when
I would say yes to everything you're saying, but I think the additional thing that Belinda's hinting on and talking about is the fact that Black people only in the last few years are allowed to be holistically themselves, meaning they can be multidimensional. Like, it's one thing to have a safe space to talk about your finances or your home life, but the idea that people are dealing with generational trauma about what's been inflicted in those homes, how they've had to live, how they've had to deal with sexual trauma, childhood trauma, mental health, like the fact that we now have spaces for those virtually, and more importantly, that there are Black professionals that do that work. Because the idea of taking that to a therapist 30 years ago, not only was it taboo, but you weren't going to find a Black mental health professional
Absolutely.
who was going to be able to hold that space for you. Now the idea that they exist in a multitude, and more importantly, if you can't find them where you're at, that you can find one in Chicago, find one in New York, find one in LA on the virtual space is the game changer. And that's only because now we're living in a world where Zoom is so prevalent and so prominent that we've now sought out those things. So this is literally we've just discovered this over the last 2 years.
Yeah. I can't tell you how many times in 2021 someone has said to me, I selected you from a list of therapists just because of your picture.
For sure.
Yeah.
We can't hear you, Jessica.
You're muted.
You muted yourself, Jeff.
Yeah, so it's some stuff going on behind the scenes. Let me just add that, Belinda, kudos to that. Senator Dwight Bullard, you are so on point with it. I want to just, and this may sound negative, but I want to harp on the fact that this foundation is built in COVID, a pestilence that has embodied the world, has birthed some things that we couldn't have imagined, some things that we thought that should happen. Because I remember in 2001 delivering groceries to my granddaddy, and that wasn't Instacart, wasn't even a thing. Paying for a birthday dinner at Red Lobster in Panama City, and I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. That wasn't heard of. But thanks to COVID, the things that I kind of visualized, and I'm sure it was just out there, it wasn't normal. It wasn't normal. It wasn't normal. And now it is normal. Instacart is normal, getting your groceries. Yes, babe. The culture.
Okay, wait a minute. April, what is going on?
OnlyFans starting. There we go.
It's not me.
This is what you teach in your class, April?
No, it's not me.
Shout out to Marcus. because he's the only fan, okay?
We see.
I don't know what kind of vitamins
You see you glammed up with the crinkly hair and the red lipstick is going down for real.
Looking good, girl. Looking good.
I just wanted to be noted. We started off talking about mosquito bites, and mysteriously, Jessica noted that they're no longer mosquito bites. That's all I'm saying is that just
I did not.
and but to bring it back, and just to piggyback on Dwight.
Oh, double.
Yes, Dana, please bring it back.
At a time, I mean, it was to talk to somebody, it was a sign of weakness.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what they, they suck it up and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? And I know me personally, at times I needed it. I should have, but at the same time, it's like, hey, you got to keep it moving.
Yeah, because that's not a manly trait.
Exactly. So now it has been, it's acceptable, just and is a good thing. And I'm glad it came about.
Just as long as you don't do the Beijing on your
no, I ain't worried about that. I earned this. I earned all this.
On your beard.
I earned all this. I'll be like, see this? And I still out hit you. Sit down, homeboy.
Because we've agreed that is not what you're gonna do. I'm gonna switch it.
Jessica, you got to make that list of what we can and what you all can't.
We already agreed we can't wear lashes.
Okay,
lashes on.
We're not gonna do the Beijing. Now, what else can't you do?
That's it. That's
have lashes on.
That's a trade-off. I'll take that trade-off.
I can't promise for next week that I won't not have lashes.
Here's the thing: the lashes aren't the problem. It is if you look like Snuffleupagus. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Simple thing. Hold the picture of Snuffleupagus up against your face.
I love that. I love that.
If your eye keep closing,
you know that question that says, if you're on an island, what will you take? I'm taking lashes.
If the weight of the lashes involuntarily closes your eyes.
What Dwight is saying is if your eyelashes make you almost look like you about to fly, you ain't got no business having them on.
I'm taking lashes because they photograph better. On video, they are better.
That's fine. I'm just saying, if you need a machete to take them off.
Eyelashes are here to stay. I was recently in the city purchasing some food from a popular soul food restaurant, and right beside the cake display were the eyelashes display. So I don't think eyelashes are going anywhere.
That's hilarious.
And I'm gonna need y'all to stop that.
Listen,
where was that? Chef Creole?
So y'all just
Chef Creole?
No, it was not Chef Creole. It was not Chef Creole. I purposely did not say the name. It was not Chef Creole. And you know I love Chef Creole.
I know that. That's exactly why I said that.
It was not.
It was the beautiful right there for 79.
Shout out to my dog Wilkinson Sejour, my dog.
So we're not calling any names, but they had a beautiful eyelash display.
We're almost out of time. I want to just touch on a couple of things that we didn't talk about. Betty White passed away.
Yes.
February the 17th, she would have been 100. That man captured the alligator in his trash can and was like, you know what? Y'all can.
With slides on. That's the key.
Yes. He had somewhere to be.
Rittenhouse was found
not guilty.
Found not. That's why my face is looking like this.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Yeah.
Give him any air time.
Yeah.
Karen was found as a name not to name your baby.
Yes, no one in the century will have that name.
Derek, the love advisor.
Oh,
stood there with his wife with her bonnet on.
bonnet.
Yeah,
No lashes, Dana.
No lashes. She didn't have any lashes on and had a bonnet on.
I don't think she had lip gloss on.
She had the covering of the Lord. Hallelujah.
Yeah. Any closing thoughts? We did it.
Go straight to hell.
Any
In 2022.
That's
Peace.
true.
Shout out to the TikTok dancers.
Let me just let y'all know We are dominating in 2022, and we are here for it. Peace.